Hello and welcome to another episode of the Plus 63 HP Podcast Reviews Edition. I'm one of your hosts, Sean Clemente. Alongside with me is my bestest best friend in the entire world, CHUBAX. How are you, CHUBAX?
What's up? Yeah, I'm good. Excited to talk about this good, fun show.
Yeah. If this is your first time coming to the channel, welcome. Thank you very much. We hope that you share the likes and subscription to your friends and family. We have a multitude of shows and the stable of podcasts that we have in this particular channel. On Mondays and Tuesdays, we have the review show, where we deep dive, review, give our opinion and rating on a particular property, usually a TV series or a movie of the week that we discuss as friends, so that you can know whether you should watch it or not. On Wednesdays, we have a D&D show where we record our very first D&D campaign and uh, share it for you guys for your entertainment. Thursdays, we typically drop a curated list of shows, featurettes, clips, trailers, and we react to said content, see how hyped we are for those, and maybe you should follow them as well. And on Friday, Chabaks and our other bestest best friend RJ occasionally will run their second D&D campaign where they play as bad guys. But for this particular episode, I'm very excited to discuss with you the first half of the first season. So the first four episodes of the amazing adaptation from an adaptation, right? It is a spin-off of the wildly successful The Boys franchise on Amazon Prime. So The Boys is a graphic novel series by shit, I forget his name.
Garth Ennis, I
Garth
think.
Ennis. Garth Ennis, right?
Ennis, yeah.
Yeah. Garth Ennis wrote this political, this is like superhero satire, flipping the superhero genre on its head. And Amazon has developed a series adapting that to the television. Because of the success of The Boys, they spun off another show, Gen V, which is about school, an
Students, yeah.
institution that's supposed to be the place that would train the up and coming superheroes for the future. So it's super fun. Again, as mentioned, there's 8 episodes in the first season. It's black comedy, it's drama, it's superhero, it's action, it's gory, it has a lot of
Horny, it's
sex.
gory, horny.
Yeah, 100%. It's again based off The Boys Volume 4, entitled "We Gotta Go Now" by Garth Ennis, developed for television by Craig Rosenberg, Evan Goldberg, and um, supernatural superhero TV series main man Eric Kripke of Supernatural fame. Um, we have a bunch of really cool actors. Primarily acted, or like the number one would be Jazz Sinclair playing Marie Moreau.
I
She does
crush her. I
blood.
crush
uh,
her.
She is super cute, super hot. Um, I've been trying to figure out where we've seen her before. Um, but she's
Let me check.
one of the people in Sabrina, the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Marie
She's been
Moreau?
in Vampire
Or
Diary.
the guy? The
Huh?
guy was in, ano? The guy was in Sabrina.
No, she was there too.
Andre. She was there too?
Yeah, she was Roz in the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. So
Oh, okay.
uh she's been in, not a lot. Again, I guess like, on the film, and Slender Man is one of her breakthrough roles, but she was also in Paper Town. But again, this is a very great acting. Um, Andre Anderson, who plays Chance Perdomo. So Chance Perdomo plays Andre Anderson, the son of the main guy, like a former superhero called Polarity. He looks very Filipino to me. Um, but I think he's just like some form of British American, actually. Then we have uh, Lizzie Broadway playing Emma Meyer, or Little Cricket, the character that is
Mm-hmm.
the roommate of Mary Monroe. Weirdly, I don't like blondes. I don't like short ladies, but I have a crush on her. She has muscles.
She's
I like
she
her.
she buff, yeah.
Yeah.
I like her, yeah. Her personality is the popping for me, but I I find Marie and who's the other one?
Emma.
No, Jordan cuter. The
Oh,
female
Jordan,
Jordan,
of
yeah.
course. And then we have Maddie Phillips playing Kate Dunlap. She is, she's a mind control ability. She is the girlfriend of one of the top students there. Um, we have uh two people. Here's the fucking dope ass name. Uh the character Jordan Lee is a gender shifting superhero where the guy version is super strong, has super strength, and then invulnerable, while the girl is super fast and has some like push powers. The guy is portrayed by Derek Liu, and the girl is named London Thor.
Fuck yeah.
That is a fucking badass name. London Thor. Um, we also have Sam Riordan, that's the brother of the main guy there. He's played by Asa German. Um, and like the lead antagonist slash dean slash face of the school, Godolphin University, which is Godyu's fucking great ass name, is Shelly Khan. She plays Indira Shetty, right? So and then we have a bunch of uh yeah, a bunch of recurring actors that are from the boys universe. We have the governor lady, right? Um, we have Tech Night coming in to showcase. We have also the PR lady that's handling Gen V. So it's a universe that they have produced. But again, there's 9 episodes. Each episode is between 40 and 60 minutes long. So there's kind of like a wide range that you would want. It's on Prime Video. It's available now. The only other stat that I will drop here is they have come out like the production of Kripke, Rogan, and Amazon came out to say that um when this was being when Gen V was being promoted a couple of years ago, I wasn't into it because oh fuck, I don't like spin-off. I don't like
Mm.
spin-off where I thought it was going to be a prequel. I thought it was going to be a totally separate universe, but to my surprise, season 3, which is the ending of the boys currently in our real timeline, bleeds into season 1 of Gen V. And then the ending of season 1 of Gen V bleeds into season
Beautiful.
4 of the boys, and season 4 of the boys ends with season 2, like bleeds into season 2 of Gen V.
Nice.
So they were able to kind of make something very, very isolated, but still very, very connected to the main universe, which is very hard to do. It's either you do something totally separate, prequel or something like that, or um, you just put it in the main timeline. So, but I guess the boys universe is big enough to have a lot of these fun stories. But with that, um, let's just jump into it.
Yeah.
Chubax,
Can you do
what's
it?
our
I've seen it, but like I saw 2.5 last week and 1.5 this week, so it's like bleeding in for the summary.
Yeah. So yeah. But simply the first. Let's just do it this way because we're going to do our second half next week. The main synopsis generally of
Gen V.
Gen V is that Godolphin University is the number one university where soups go in and get trained, and then within GodU, so most of the top um,
Heroes.
seven, right, seven superheroes come from Godolphin University, which means like you don't have to come from the Godolphin University, but pedigree is great. GodU has two tracks, which is the crime fighting track and the branding track, which is kind
Real
of fun. I
management.
really like that, right? Right. Um, episode one. Oh, do you want me to run the synopsis or you're just gonna
Yeah,
jump
yeah.
in?
You go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So episode one entitled God You is more of just like literally a smack in the face to show you that getting superpowers, particularly weird superpowers, is, in real life is going to be weird. You don't know how when it's going to come up and you don't know how to use them. And a lot of accidents happen because of such. So our main
And because
character
they're superpowers, it's deadly accident.
100%. I also love the fact that they kind of like glossed over the idea that in this universe, everybody knows already that it has already been rebranded. I don't know because I haven't seen Boys yet, but it's unfortunate that well, maybe you'll still enjoy the fact that you know finding out that superpowers is manufactured by Voight through a serum that is given to kids.
It's
Um, is wild. Like initially it's like, oh, that's horrible, but the boys were able to, or the Voight was able to spin it into something acceptable and wild, which is how PR is kind of extremely scary. But Marie Moreau, when she had her first period, did not realize that her powers was to control blood. Hemokinesis is what they call it. And said, surprised not only of your first period, but also of understanding that you have powers, caused an accident to um like stab her mother through the neck,
killed the
and
yep,
then explode the blood to kill
the dad.
has that. And then ever since she was been bouncing around foster care, hoping to get practicing her powers by herself, idolizing a person, Professor Brink, which is part of God U, to to be drafted into a school like God U. And eventually she did, and gets to um she gets to God you, and which is as usual, like as pilots go, you pack a lot of stories. So within the first episode, you see her backstory, and she was lying about her background because she wants to fit in. You see her influencer, YouTuber roommate, the cricket who gets small and fights animals. But also, yeah, because she crosses paths with the cool crew, including the top one student. And uh rankings is very big in this school because that's what gave you stuff. So she was able to go out and fucking uh so before that, when she gets to God you, she didn't get into the criminology track that she wanted. And usually when you're in the criminology track, that is a better chance for you to become a better superhero because she didn't have as much clout as other people would have in her age. So
Because his her
she
power isn't as advertisable as marketable as the
yeah.
others.
So that's a problem. So because like, yeah, blood is scary. That's not going to be
And it's
palatable for like
gross.
middle
Yeah.
America. But as mentioned, she was able to bump into the cool kids, including Luke, the number one fire starter kind of guy, Jordan, the shape
The
shifting
son of Arnold
person.
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
Luke.
that Luke Riordan is Patrick Schwarzenegger, son of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Very handsome guy. Um, and then Andre is the one that invites Marie to go out, a night out, so that it's going to be a cool crew. When they're partying in the Void Towers, etc., etc., Andre injures a person because he has polarity, and some swimming, some form of magnetism kind of thing. She made a sparrow fly through like a busy nightclub, and then somebody bumped him, and then said sparrows, struck somebody's neck. But Marie was able to stop the bleeding and save the person. And then thinking that she would be celebrated for her bravery, she was then expelled as the scapegoat, because
Yep.
all the other people that we were with her were the top students. So, and she wasn't, that high yet. There you go. That's episode one. Um, episode two. Luke, I'm just gonna skip through a lot of stuff, but like Luke is starting to kind of like figure out some stuff. He's starting to be affected mentally about certain things. And then main part of the episode is that uh Luke then kills Brink. We more information to be said in later episode, but Luke kills Brink. Marie was a witness to it, um, and she ran. Jordan, the kind of assistant of Brink, was able to subdue Luke enough for Marie to escape. Luke then commits suicide in front of the school because he was mentally breaking for a lot of the different things that we will be discussed a little bit further now. But the main point of here is that in the next episode, Marie was designated and Andre to be designated to be the ones that, uh, they spun the news that Luke was mentally was just broke, and then Luke and Marie became
Which isn't
the
not isn't not accurate.
yeah, but like Luke and Andre was designated to be the guardians of Godolkin to have saved the school from a rampaging Luke. So it was a little bit of a spin because wasn't really Marie to stop it. It was more Jordan. But because Marie did not want to lose her shot, her ride in God U, she just followed along the lies, followed along the script, however which way the school wanted um to um
Pin it.
to spin the story. And then Shetty starts uh um influencing Marie more, using her in PR, using her in Gala to get protection for herself, but also additional funds for their work. Um and then but along all of this time, this is where um what do you call all the other people have started figuring out that the things that Luke was worried about, which is his brother who was supposed to be dead, but was Luke kind of like figured out that it was being kept hidden somewhere in the woods. Andre, who has with Marie, who has encountered Sam, the brother of Luke, trying to escape, kind of puts pieces together about the existence of this place, the woods. So, infiltrating Brink's office, talking to his dad, etc., etc. And then Andre, kind of because he's under surveillance too, wants to infiltrate the woods but couldn't. So he instead taps Emma
Emma.
to shrink and find Sam in the woods, which is kind of like this underground hospital facility where the school is experimenting on the students. Um, and yeah, and that's where episode three ends. And episode four just starts with because Emma did find Sam at the end of episode three, and then security found out that there was some infiltration. Um, they try to escape, so Sam just like recovers, being like being stunned, and then slaughters all the guards, escapes with Emma, stays in an abandoned drive-through where Sam and Luke used to go to. They tried to kill a particular doctor that has been working um with Shetty, the one that kind of like invents the reason why they're experimenting there on the SIBs, was to kind of like form of control. But yeah, eventually Emma returns to God U, um uh and Tech Knight, which is kind of like an investigative person starts trying to figure out what had happened to Luke. Why did he commit suicide? Was it somebody's fault? Was he pushed? Was he, et cetera, et cetera. Um, and then funny thing is like he has very, very aggressive interrogation powers, and he's like an ass. He
I
figures a
love
lot
Tech
about
Knight.
yeah, but he figures a lot about the school and how, the current dean, which is Shetty, was not in control of what has been happening, Sam escaping, the woods being close to being figured out. But luckily Shetty has some blackmail on Tech Knight having a tumor in his brain that makes him compulsively fuck anything with a hole and has it on record. So he blackmails Tech Knight to leave the school alone, leave her
So
alone.
fucked up.
Um, and yeah, uh, uh, the group understanding that they found Sam, Emma is back to the school. They want and Sam saying that Shetty is part of the woods. The group starts to kind of like figure out what has happened, and they have, but instead uh um instead what happens is like everybody blacks out,
No, yeah,
and
Sam
then
tries to kill one of the doctors who was hurting him in the woods, and Emma and the others come in to help him. But in the middle of subduing him or helping him, they cut a few days later, and they wake up with no memories of the past few days and no memories of Sam or the woods.
yeah,
And
and that
that's
is
episode
where
4.
the half of the season stops, which is actually a great stopping point for the second season because it's kind
I
of like a restart. All right, it's like everybody's back to like just wondering what's been happening, but they still are friends, so that's cool. So what do you think about
I loved it. I like the cast. I love this and the powers, the creativeness, the stories. I love how it was a little cliche where they're all gonna team up eventually, but how they took their time and went about fixing putting in conflicts, and then how they figured it out and eventually becoming friends. But it's really gory, it's really horny. I love the fight scenes. The choreography is really
Mhm.
good. Pe- I love how people are just really corrupted by their powers. Lots of them. And some of my favorite parts is like Tech Knight, how smart he is, but he still doesn't get the whole picture. He always
100%?
like. I think it's not that he's not skilled enough. I think it's more of ego. Like, oh, once something breaks, he thinks, "Oh, that's all. That's it. I got it." But if he dig little deeper, he would find that there was more to it, and he would have found everything, but he didn't. And
Is
yeah,
his reputation as somebody that like you don't want to be interrogated with him because he either forces the truth out of you or destroys you in another way?
yeah. Uh, I love the mix of the powers, so creative. And yeah, I'm crushing on the new couple, Marie and Jordan.
Jordan.
Both of them.
Yeah. Um, I yeah, I love this show only because it is a slightly watered down boys. It's not as heavy. It's still heavy. It's still good. Um, but for the most part, it's a simple story, straightforward, lots of fun. But you also see that I love. We were talking about this in our previous spot, how you just want your CG to be enough, right? You don't
Mm.
want it to go overboard. And I love like sometimes they'll just show the after so that they don't have to show the
Yeah,
actual gruesome battle. Also, the other one where fucking they made the action fight puppets to save all. So they made it puppets to one highlight the mental instability of Sam, but also too like to save money, make it look more cool, right? So that those are like fun decisions to make all of these things kind of make sense. So it's a fun story. Again, I when I started watching this Thursday, I'm gonna watch 4 episodes for our assignment. I couldn't stop. I binged it
So you finished
in
it
one
now?
sitting.
Oh, finished it.
In one sitting, I binged it. Um, Only because I couldn't do anything else as well. So it's like I was
There's
incapacitated.
that.
But yeah, it also doesn't hurt that fucking Marie, super cute. Jordan, super cute. Even Emma, fucking super cute.
Yeah.
Right. So I really, really enjoy that. So final thoughts on your reading, Trucks.
I'll give it a 9 because I was really entertained. I like it, and I can't wait to finish it.
Same with me. Like just the first 4 episodes, not thinking about the last
The
episodes that
rest.
I already saw. I'm still giving it a 9 only because it is a fun watch. It is a well paced watch. It makes you feel, but not too bad. But it touches up about a lot of themes are being touched in a fun way, like
Shows me obviously.
body dysmorphia, themes around, of course, your social class and whatnot. There's some race and gender things that are happening.
Mm-hmm.
All of these are it makes you question yourself. So in just in a fun supernatural, superhuman kind of thing. So can't wait to discuss the second half with you next week. Well, but that's it.
There we go.
With that, on behalf of Chubax, again we're discussing the second half of
Gen V.
Gen V next week with you guys. Hopefully participate in our discussion. But on behalf of Chubax, thank you very much and see you next week. Bye.
See ya, bebes.